Hey, welcome to a new reading vlog. It is technically Tuesday, but I hope my doorbell's not about to ring. I think it's gonna ring. I think the delivery man's left again. So it's technically Tuesday. I'm getting a cold, just a little bit. Oh my god, it's pissing me off. Yesterday I wrapped up the last vlog and totally meant to start this vlog late at night and forgot. But guess what I'm reading this week? It is The Library of the Unwritten by AJ Hackworth. This is a generally queer fantasy story, kind of like Good Omens, I guess. Somebody compares it, I like this comparison from Shauna Maguire. The Good Place meets Law and Order Bibliophile Crime Unit. That's such a good description. It's a, essentially there's in hell, or residing alongside hell in its independent domain, is the Library of the Unwritten, where all the books that never got finished go. And the characters can sometimes escape the pages, and the librarian's job is to kind of like keep everything under wraps. But then there's a couple of pages from essentially the Bible of the devil start floating around on Earth, and the librarian and her assistants kind of go off to try and find them, and there's some angels after it as well, and it's just, it's so good and so funny. I'm like halfway through. Yeah, like I'm almost 200 pages through. I'm hoping to try and finish this today, but it might be a bit of a push. We'll see how we go. But I am loving this so far. It's so good. I'm also listening to an audiobook to We Used to Be Friends by Amy Spalding, which is I'd say the last 5 years retelling, but focusing on a friendship rather than a relationship and a marriage. But it's enough of a retelling that, like, in the last 5 years, sorry, my eye is like sleepy. In the last 5 years, the characters' names are Kathy and Jamie. And in We Used to Be Friends, the characters' names are Kat and James. So it's definitely a retelling, but it's focusing much more on this friendship. Though there's vague implications, it might come out a little queer. I'll see. We'll see. I'll let you know. But the general thing is like a friendship breakup, and one perspective is told going forward and one perspective is told in reverse, like from the future backwards. And I'm really interested to see how that plays out. I'm not very far into it, but I'm going to listen to more of that today. Yeah. Ugh, so I'm looking a bit bedraggled, but I just finished on the drive home from work We Used to Be Friends by Amy Spalding. So Love Boat Taipei last week was the kind of contemporary that just had a few things that didn't work well for me, and it meant that I couldn't absolutely fall in love with it. This had so many things that worked really well for me. So I think I mentioned this morning, or yesterday, this morning, that it's the last 5 years retelling, but about a friendship. So we have the Jamie and the Kathy, and they're having a breakup, like a friendship breakup, but it's James and Kat. And I like didn't even click like little things. Like there's a line where it's kind of reversed, but James says like Kat's probably doing just fine, which is a line from Kathy's song in the show, the movie or the play. But like Kathy is going to a college in Ohio, and like Kathy going to Ohio is a big plot of the show. This whole song's about the things in Ohio, and that just like lots of little Easter eggs to the last 5 years as a show. And I love last 5 years. This actually did, I think, a better job in some regards, because in the last 5 years I absolutely hate Jamie. I don't think he's redeemable. He's an asshole. Kathy just trying her best and trying to like focus on her career and her husband equally, and he's there like, but I'm successful now and look at all these hot women that are throwing themselves at me. I can't be faithful. Like, Jamie's irredeemable, whereas this kind of balanced them out a bit more. Like, obviously you can tell why they're having this friendship breakup, but both of them, there's things to give empathy to both of them. Like, Kat is a little bit, really it's like not a miscommunication, but a misalignment of priorities. James broke up with her boyfriend when he left for college because her parents just split up, and she's like lost faith in love. But then on the other hand, Kat's just got a new girlfriend, so it has a like female side romance, I guess. Like, it's the romance, but it's on the side because the friendship's the biggest focus. And Kat's obviously all absorbed in her new girlfriend and just can't see that James is wanting something from her, which is like more like James doesn't understand why Kat's so in love. She's lost all her faith in love, and then just sees Kat as like not having any priority for her. And you can see they're both just trying their hardest, but they're like pulling each other apart and pulling away from each other. And I thought it was really well balanced. I didn't hate either of them, whereas like in the movie and the show, I hate Jamie. So I'm glad that it was sympathetic to both of them. They're told in the two timelines. So as in the last 5 years, Kat is told, well actually Jamie's the one told going backwards. James is the one told going backwards, so just Kathy in the movie. But so told in reverse, like each scene is set before the previous scene, and then Kat's is told going forward. So you really see like the decline in one direction and the like reverse in the other, if that makes sense. And I think which one's going forward and which one's going backward, I think really worked. Because you get to see like why James has really struggled with Kat, but then you also get to see Kat grow and come to realize what's happening, whereas that growth wouldn't have been the same if it was the other way around. And yeah, it was just really solid. I'm giving it 4 stars. I'm reserving my 5s for Absolute Genius this year, which we've talked about. And it didn't quite hit that, but it was really good. The next audiobook I'm picking up is Foul is Fair by Hannah Kappen, which is a revenge story. It's a Shakespeare retelling, I believe, and I'm surprised, but it's like a 10-hour audiobook, but the narrator talks pretty slow, so I'm going to 2.5 speed, but cheers, we're doing it. I also went to Dymocks and pre-ordered a bunch of stuff, like so much stuff supporting my local bookstore. And I picked up, which is why I went in the first place, obviously, The Conference of Birds by Ransom Riggs. This is actually shorter than I think almost any book in this series has been. It's only like 320, and obviously there's lots of pictures and stuff. So like, that's a big jump down from the previous one, which was pretty chunky. So it's pretty little. But I'm still really excited to pick that up. This is probably my lowest priority new release. I was meant to have Strange Exit by Parker Peavyhouse arriving today, and it hasn't. Actually, it should have arrived Thursday, and it hasn't, so not sure what's going on there. Hopefully it'll rock up at some point. But I am very excited. Also, I have a whole bunch of books I'm waiting to ship from Booktopia with a whole bunch of new releases on it, and the last of them came out today, so if it doesn't start shipping soon, I'm gonna be mad. But yeah, so Foul is Fair is my next audiobook. I'm still reading The Library of the Unwritten. I don't know how much I'll get read, like if I'll finish it tonight, but I might take Blood Countess with me to work, because if we finish it I'll move to Blood Countess. But yeah, I was waiting to move on to Strange Exit, but guess we're not doing that. Anyway, this has been too long an update. I'm going. I've got to go make some dinner and have some dinner and then go to work. Like, we came back from work, now we're going to work, so let's go. Well, can you tell I'm miserable? I am staying home today because this is my face. I've been attached to the tissue box, and I messaged my supervisor and was like, do I try and come in? And she was like, please don't infect us, stay home. I was gonna add the F home, but she didn't say that. She's lovely. So I'm just finishing a hot drink. And I'm watching Melton Yenny's 12 books to read in 2020 video, and then I'm gonna probably have a brief nap, try and like kill some of this bug, and then I don't know, I need to send some emails at some point, but you know, just work things. Yeah, I think I'll nap for a couple of hours and then send some emails and then read, I guess. I feel like I have enough brain power to read. Yeah. It says a lot. Hi. It is 11 p.m. Wednesday night. We just went to see Jesse's little brother and Mamma Mia, and it was really, really good. Obviously I have some problems with it, but I think I have like problems with Mamma Mia the musical as opposed to Mamma Mia the movie. But most of the performances were really, really good, and the set was pretty sick. And yeah, I had a good time. I was at work before that, so I haven't really done much this afternoon, but I did finish, obviously because I was sick, so I napped half the day. And then I did finish Library of the Unwritten by A.J. Hackworth, which I gave 5 freaking stars. It was so good. The characters are all so funny, and the like world building and the magic and like how it all worked and the mythology and everything, like the integration of all of that was just so good. I had a great time with it. I definitely recommend it. It is like just so top quality. I don't know how else to describe it. It was just so fun. And then I started Blood Countess by Lana Popovich. And I've barely started, so I don't have much of a commentary on this yet. But it is a YA horror fantasy standalone following like Bride of Dracula, like the Babes and Blood of Her Enemies kind of stuff. Yeah, or like Babes and Blood to Gay Youth. I don't know. I'm excited to see where it goes. I've barely started. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed and I'll talk to you tomorrow. So it's Friday morning. I didn't really vlog at all yesterday. Because it was a stressful day. We got up. Trixie was meant to be fasting because she was meant to have her teeth cleaned under anesthetic. I forgot about that, and I was like stressed, and then we couldn't find Sissy. Sissy got out a window that was like this far open, just like presumably shoved her head through, shoved herself out, because she's crazy. Unless we find some secret hidey hole she's getting out of. It's the only thing we can think of. We shot the thing she was getting out of last time, but the last couple of times she snuck out. The weather was good, so she just kind of like hung around the driveway and then like meowed for us to let her back in. This time the weather was terrible. It was raining and windy all day. It cleared up in the afternoon, but I think she must have already like hunkered down by then, because she was gone all day and we were just like scared out of our minds. We do think she's been an outdoor cat in the past, like before she was put up at the rescue, but she's a white cat, so she should never have been an outdoor cat because they can get like skin cancers and stuff. But we're pretty confident she used to be an outdoor cat because she's very interested in the outdoors, but also like pretty outdoor savvy, as far as we can tell. So I was like, she'll be alright, she'll be alright, but I was spending the whole day stressing about how she was going to get home, if she was going to get home, when she was going to get home. And she ended up rocking up for the food we put out and to get cuddles at like 10:30. So I was at night, so I was stressed all day. I just was like not focusing on anything. I didn't read much. I read a bit, but most of that was actually audiobook because I could kind of focus on that a bit better. though I feel like I did, I'm not doing this audiobook very good credit. I think it's an amazing book, but I feel like I'm missing a lot of the nuance because I haven't been focusing properly on it. But it is like currently like a 5-star book. But I didn't read much of my physical read until after she came home, at which point I was trying to like de-stress and like calm myself down. So I'm a bit late for work today, but I intentionally set my alarm a bit later because I couldn't get to bed on time because I was just so like high strung. Yeah, so I didn't read all that much. I did read like half an audiobook during my most of my work day. I did a little bit of work on my bullet journal, my new like bullet journal, because again that was something I didn't feel like I needed to keep focused for a long period of time. I could do a little bit of it and then put it away and then put a little bit of it and put it away. Whereas when you're doing that with reading, that's a hard work. But so I didn't really read much yesterday. I definitely didn't vlog because I was too stressed to pick up the camera, but we're back at it today. Hoping to read a lot, but also tonight we're going to a concert. We're going to see Kelly Heidi and we're gonna go do that. So I don't know how much I will read today. I'm gonna try and get close to finishing Blood Countess. I really want to finish the audiobook that I was reading, so that'll be a book I'm finishing today. But I want to get a good chunk through Blood Countess as well before we go to the concert. I have a pretty busy weekend, but I'm gonna try and still catch up. I'm currently 24 for 24 for reading, but obviously I was a little bit ahead for a few days, so we've kind of like lost that lead. But when I read, if I finish the audiobook for Fowler's Fair today, that'll be like 25 for 24, and then hopefully I can finish this tomorrow. And then I got a couple of short things to read over the weekend. I have some graphic novels that are in the library for me, so I'm gonna go pick those up today. I might read 1 or 2 of those over the weekend, depending on how thick they are. And yeah, well, I spoke too soon. I actually just got a package in the mail. It just arrived. I wasn't sure whether this was going to come today because Ozpost was sending mixed messages. They sent me a "it's coming tomorrow" text, and then they sent me a "it's coming today" email, and then they sent a text that was like "it's not coming today." And I was like, alright, I feel like you don't know what's going on. So we have 4 things in this order. These were pre-orders for the whole month, and they finally arrived, even though a lot of them came out a long time ago, or by which I mean like, what is it today? Like more than 10 days ago. So we have Come Tumbling Down by Shauna Maguire. This came out on the 7th. It's now the 24th. This is the Fifth Way with Children's book, following Jack, I believe. I'm really, really excited for this. I've been wanting to read this all month and it only just arrived. Sorry, that was a burp. This is 200 pages. It's on my radar to read this weekend. This is one of the short things I want to read. Then we have a book I'm really excited to read. I'm going to read this pretty soon because all 4 books are coming out like in the next 4 months. And that is Queen in Hiding by Sarah Kozloff, because I want to read this now so that I can continue the series as they're coming out if I enjoy it. So I don't know if I'll enjoy it. I might not continue the series, but I'm going to give it a try. I love this cover. And it's floppy, so that's very exciting. Though this is a bit chunkier. It is... oh, there's lots of appendices. It's like 460 pages. Yeah, so obviously this author wrote the whole series and then got picked up by the publisher. So they're like knocking them out, boom, 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 boom. It's a 4-book series and they're coming out like back to back. So this one's a Queen in Hiding, and then there's the Queen of Raiders, A Broken Queen, and the Cerulean Queen. Trixie, leave off. So I'm definitely keen to try this and see what I thought. This only came out on the 21st, so like this is alright to have taken a while to come in. Then we have Woven in Moonlight by Isabel Ibanez. I'm not good at doing a Mexican accent. Like, I hate, my accent is so horrible that I sound horrible trying to put on, I feel like I'm putting on a really caricature accent to do people's names when they should be pronounced like that. But my accent is so awful. Like my Australian accent is gonna just make it, I think it's
Isabel Ibanez. Ibanez? I don't know how accents work. I just feel like I'm putting it on so badly. And then this is a Bolivian inspired fantasy. Bolivian fantasy. It is like 360 pages. It's so cute. Is there anything cool under the cover? No, it's just plain black, but plain black. But I'm so excited to have this. This also came out on the 7th. It was just taking a sweet time to get to Australia. And then the other one I have here is Dark and Deepest Red by Anna Marie McLemore. This came out on the 14th. This is a Red Shoes retelling. And I'm so excited. We follow Rosella, Emile, and Lavinia. Yeah. And it is a beautiful color, and it does have a little imprint. I'm very excited to read this. This is high up on my radar. All of these I want to get to ASAP, though now that they arrived so late, it might push into February a little. But they're all like super high up. They're not sitting on my TBR very long, all for kind of different reasons. This is definitely happening in January. This is going to be like my next read, and then I have a couple of other stuff that I got the other day in the mail. Did I talk to you about that? Did I talk to you about those? I can't remember. I don't think I did. I got 2 books in the mail yesterday? No, the day before. Both of which are quite short. So I kind of want to read. I'm definitely going to read one of these before I dive into those other 3 new books, but I'm tempted to maybe read both of them because they're both pretty short. The first one is The Seep, which is a novella by Chana Porter, or a short novel. It's like 200 pages-ish. Yeah, about 200 pages. So it's about the size of Come Tumbling Down. I want to read that this weekend as well. This is a utopian... What is this focusing on? This is a utopian story featuring a trans woman main character, and I am really excited about it. It's getting some hype reviews. So these 2 are on my cards for the weekend, and then I'm also going to try and read some graphic novels, is my thought. But I also might start A Strange Exit by Parker Peavyhouse, which is a YA dystopian sci-fi thriller, and it is speculative thriller, and it's only like 280 pages. So like I could breeze through that maybe once I finish these 2 blood countess. We'll see. That's my thought. I might do that, and then this. But I'm also waiting on the Hand on the Wall. That's the only other new release that I'm like desperately waiting to arrive. So if it arrives before I get to Dark and Deepest Red, I'm gonna read it first, then Dark and Deepest Red, then probably Woven in Moonlight, then probably Queen in Hiding. I also really wanted to read Get a Life Chloe Brown this month, but we'll see if I get to that. Hi, it is Saturday morning, but which should be barely morning. It's like midday. I've barely woken up. We were out really late last night. We went to a concert last night, so we got back late. So I was tired and I slept in, as you do. But I'm about to, I've started The End of Summer by Tilly Walden. I'm a bit confused, mainly because the characters all look pretty similar. So I'm struggling, but we're going to keep pushing through. I also am going to try really hard to finish Blood Countess today, and also hopefully The Seep today. If I can also get to Come Tumbling Down, that would be a miracle, but I don't think it'll happen. It's like 11:30 and I have work at 4:30 right through. I might get some reading done there. I probably will get some reading done there, but I don't know how much I'll get done there, so I doubt I'll get to Come Tumbling Down as well, but that'll just be tomorrow's job. But tomorrow's also going to be super busy. I have work in the morning, and then till like 10:30, 11, and then we have a concert tomorrow night, so gotta be prepared. I'm gonna wrap this vlog up here. I don't have a voice, so
I don't really know what's gonna happen, but we went to a concert last night, and this is a combination of screaming and already being sick. But it is Monday. I'm gonna be starting a new vlog, I hope, but maybe I might leave it till tomorrow. But I did finish a couple of things over the last couple of days that I haven't been updating about because I've been busy, like concert, work kind of thing, just constant. I finished a couple of things since I was talking to you. Let's actually have a look at my things so I can talk to you about them. I'm not gonna get them out, but like, oh yeah. So I read an audiobook, a graphic novel. I finished an audiobook, a graphic novel, and a physical read since I think I was talking to you last. I think it was in the middle of them all. But I finished Fowler's Fair by Hannah Capin. This is a Macbeth retelling, and it's about a girl who got raped at a party, and her and her best friends, in like a setup scenario, and her and her best friends decide to go hunt down the people responsible, like the guys responsible, and kill them. Is the plot. And it's essentially that, them going on this revenge mission and tearing apart this group. And it was amazing. It was so good. It was a 5 stars. The writing was just so powerful in the prose. I kind of want to buy a physical copy because I think I would reread this, and it was just so good. Its exploration was really, really clever, and about passive engagement in like shitty stuff. And yeah, it's the revenge fantasy that might not be realistic to live out, but like, it's powerful to read about. So I gave that 5 stars. I was listening to that on audiobook, but I'm thinking I might buy myself a physical copy. And then The End of Summer was by Tilly Walden, is a graphic novel that I read. I gave this 3 stars. I really liked some elements, but there were some elements that really, it didn't work for me. I had a hard time telling characters apart, and a hard time telling what was actually happening in the plot throughout most of it. I was just a bit confused, but some key moments really got me. Like, it has an animal death, and I was like, what the fuck? That got me. Like, but I don't know why. Like, I feel like it's just that it was an animal death. I don't feel like the plot built enough that sorry, there's a hair in my lens, a cat hair, that I really understood what was going on. So there's that. It got a 3 stars from me. And then the other book I was reading also got a 3 stars. That's Blood Countess by Lana Popovich. This got a 3 stars for kind of a different reason. I think it just was not written strong enough for me to really care. So this is a Lady Slayers novel, which is a series of companion novels as far as I can tell, following vicious historical women. So this one followed Lady Elizabeth Bathory, who's the like Bride of Dracula kind of thing, the woman who bathed in the blood of virgins or whatever, to maintain youth and beauty. And it's a female romance, but really it's like it's not a romance, it's a how would you say, like a dark, abusive relationship, manipulative thing. So we follow a girl who's a midwife who gets caught up in this, and it's kind of being romanced by her, but very gaslit, and it's very, very abusive. Like, it's not romantic, but it was well done, I think, in that regard, and the plot was good. But I think the pacing of like how things happened, the start was pretty slow, but like, you know that it's gonna go bad, so it's not like it was slow at the start so that you would also like her character because you know who she is, you know what I mean? So like, if it was slow at the start to build up so you also really liked the main character, as like really liked Elizabeth Bathory as the main character did, that would be one thing, but you know where it's going, so I don't think it serves that purpose. And then all of the like violent atrocities were kind of slow building up, but and then everything kind of happened all at once at the end. It's a pretty short book. It's under 300 pages, and I enjoyed my time reading it, but it did go a little slow at times. And yeah, I think the pacing was a bit weird, and the writing style was nothing special. I'd say it was just plain. It was also first person present, I think, which is not my fave overall, but it was fine. So yeah, this week I read We Used to Be Friends, The Library of the Unwritten, both of which I talked about quite a bit, and then Vows Fair, The End of Summer, and Blood Countess. I'll talk more about the books. Oh, I've also read a little bit of Rogue Princess by B.R. Myers, and I'm like more than halfway through The Seep by Chana Porter. That's where we're at today. But it's the start of a new week, so I'll talk to you on my next reading vlog. That might be a short one because I'm sick. Okay, bye.